Okay, team, let's get into this one. I'm going to take you through the Covert sales and acquisition system. And I just want to give you a visual of what it looks like, because I see so many people overcomplicating things. And really, when it comes to covertly selling and acquiring new clients, if you just simply understand that it all stems from your offer itself. So let's get into the presentation itself so I can start taking you through this. So I've created this little diagram because I just want you to see how everything is interlinked. Everything is very much built from the offer. And then from that, you're able to create your signature intellectual property. You're able to create your series, so your indoctrination series, which doubles up as a video series and an email series. How that then feeds into your service-led content, conversations, your YouTube, growing your email list, and then how eventually it all stems and comes together so that you can start acquiring more clients. So let's get into it. So again, all you've got to do first and foremost is just understand all of your business is built off of your offer. The better you know your offer, and the more you can just understand that when you're looking to attract, nurture, and convert sales, all you're basically doing is you're distributing information, education, and giving people a deeper understanding of exactly what the offer is. So all you simply got to do, once you're clear on the offer, it's breaking it down, and we know how it works because we've done it in the service insight questionnaire. You've done it in the 5 pillars, the high converting offer, but you get super clear on what your signature intellectual property is. And that can just be broken down into all of the different reasons that people hire you. So what are your unique mechanisms, methodologies? What is your proprietary system that helps your people to get results? Now, some people are going to have, free kind of pillars within their signature intellectual property. Some are going to have 4, 5, 6, 7. It's whatever it is for you. Okay, so again, the deeper you understand your offer and all of the reasons that people hire you and all of your unique mechanisms for solving specific problems, as we know, that then feeds into the series itself. So you've got your signature intellectual property that then directly leads to being able to get super clear on what goes in your series. So some people are going to have 3 episodes in their series, and that's 3 specific episodes where you're teaching your methodologies, your mechanisms. So you have a welcome video. You then lead from the welcome video, which gives a little bit of your backstory, which goes into why you do the work that you do. And then it introduces people to your mechanisms, your methodologies, your proprietary system that can solve specific problems. Then you go into, for example, 3 episodes where you're breaking down the 3 core problems that you solve and how you solve those problems and, the outcomes that delivers. And then the final episode obviously leads people into the service. So it's essentially a covert VSL. Once you've done the series itself, so you've got the script of it, you've got the video script, you then take the video transcript, and then you change that into the email mini course. Okay. Now, once you've done that, you've got a very good understanding of exactly what you need to do in order to get people to want to work with you. Because you'll see, once you've got the top line, there's a little line that we put in there, which is basically just showing people exactly what's going to happen underneath this. So you then take that information, and that's what then starts going into your service-led content. Because as we know, in the service-led content, all you are simply doing is you are trying to get people from your social media into your series, onto your email list. Okay, now there are 2 ways that you can get people into this. Okay, super simple. So the 2 ways that you get people into your series and onto your email list is you do the service-led content, and you do the service-led conversations. So whether you are using your social media to drive traffic to your series, to your YouTube, and to opt into your email, it doesn't really matter. Okay. But it can also be the people that you are having private conversations with, and those service-led conversations, and those you're going to make personal and private invitations in. So as you can see, what we start to have is a unique way for you to get people into these systems. So let's just say you're posting your service-led content, and the specifics in the content, it's for people to comment a keyword, and once they comment that keyword, they get access to the series. So you can take people from the service-led content, and then you drive them into your series where they're going to get the YouTube video, but they're also going to then have access to all of the other YouTube lessons that you're doing. Now, also from the service-led content, because as soon as they comment that word, they're now going to go into your emails. So now you've done two things with this service-led content. You've got them into the series. They're now going to see your YouTube, but also they are now in your email list. So you've now captured their information where you can speak to them on an ongoing basis. But again, if then you are having private conversations with people, and in those private conversations, you are also making people fully aware of this series of YouTube videos, of assets and resources and trainings that you have available to people, they can go from the service-led conversations. And again, you can get them into the email list, but also you're still going to get them to the YouTube series. So your job is simply to get people from your social media onto your email list, into your series, and to get access to all of the ongoing trainings that you're going to make available. Very, very simple. Now, once you've been able to do that, the next thing you want to be able to do is understand how that then links to creating the sales opportunities. So let's just zoom in a little bit here, just so you can see it a little bit clearer. So let's just say, for example, they're now in your YouTube and they're consuming the various different trainings that you've got. As we know, we want to get people from either your series or your ongoing YouTube lessons, and each of those has linked your Covert VSL. But also for specific videos that are relevant to your high ticket service, you want to drive people back to your Instagram. So they send you a DM on Instagram. And then that very much just makes it easy for you to then have a conversation with people that are coming to you for a conversation specifically about your high ticket service. If it's for a lower ticket service, then obviously you don't want to be booking calls and selling via a call. You just want to go for the self-checkout and the sales process for that. Now, also on your YouTube series, what you want to understand is that there are some people that are just going to find you on YouTube and they've not yet opted in to your email list. So they're potentially missing out on a lot of the value that you're sharing to your private community and your email list. So you also want to make sure that you're getting people into the email list. Meaning from YouTube alone, you have opportunities to create sales. Because again, one of the things that they're going to get access to is the Covert VSL or an inbound DM. Okay, so those 2 points there are how you're going to start capitalizing their consumption of your series, but also of your ongoing YouTube lessons. So these, deep dive education trainings that you put together where you're specifically solving a problem saying, here's what the problem is, here's why the problem exists, here's my solution to that problem, here's what you can do with that information now, but then also having a call to action in the description, whereas if you watch this, you'll see how all of this puts together and how I'm able to help client, so whatever your target market is, overcome set of problems to achieve desired outcome, destination, better future. Now, from the Covert VSL or the inbound DMs you get, you can see there's two main points where we want to take people. So you want to get people to your offer application and through that as well. So if they've come from your YouTube and they've gone and they've watched the VSL, the Covert VSL, or they've come back to your Instagram and they've sent you an inbound DM, both destinations from that should always lead to your offer, specifically your offer doc, where they can apply for the service. And again, if it's a lower ticket thing, it's a self-checkout and an automated process. If it's a higher ticket service, they book a call, they complete an application, you determine they're a good fit, and you can take the call with them, close them into the service. Now moving over from the email side of things. So with the email, as soon as they've opted in, we know there is specific things that we want to get them access to. So we want to get them from the email opt-in, and we want to get them into the series. Now, once they're into the series, it means that they're going to be getting a link to your YouTube. So from the email opt-in, because of every time you upload a new YouTube lesson, you're going to put that into your email list as well. So all you're doing there as well is driving traffic to your YouTube channel. Now, also within your emails, you're going to do your monthly cash campaigns. So they're going to get access to those. But also within your emails, anytime you run a workshop or you run a masterclass, you get people into that as well. So from your email, and this is why getting people into your email list is such an important aspect of what we're doing, because there are multiple things that they get access to, which will actually do a lot of the selling for you. It will covertly sell, because again, they've got access to the series. They then get access to the ongoing YouTube lessons. You get to run your cash campaign. You upload your workshops, and then each of those has one specific destination that you take people towards. And that is, for your cash campaign, they're going to, for your cash campaign, what they're going to get access to is your offer doc. If you're running a workshop or a masterclass, you'll see that what they're going to get access to is your offer doc and application process as well. And as I went through on this side from this series in the YouTube lessons, as you can see here, so the YouTube lessons are very much designed to feed people to your Covert VSL. But also the last episode of your series is to take people to your Covert VSL. And anytime they go from your Covert VSL, next destination is to your offer doc. Okay, so they go straight from the Covert VSL, and they go down, and they are then in your offer doc, which makes it easy for you to make sure people lead to this destination. So that is simply how this system runs. So again, the simple system: get ultra clear clarity on your offer. Okay, the deeper your understanding of your offer, what goes into your offer, why people hire you, what your solutions are, the easier it is for you to create your signature intellectual property, which helps you to create your series, your emails, version, and your video. From that, all you need to do is you distribute that signature intellectual property into service-led content, service-led conversations. From that, it's very easy. From the service-led content, there are two ways You want to get people. So you're going to drive traffic into your email list and into your series. So you do a call to action on your post, which can link a video, but also if there's a, like you say, comment keyword, for example, people comment that keyword, ManyChat takes over, it basically captures their email, so they're now on your email list and they're still getting access to the series on YouTube. So again, your service-led content takes people to your email opt-ins and to your YouTube itself, where they can get access to all of the lessons, plus they get access to the series. But it's the same process for the service-led conversations. You want to get people opting into your emails, you want to get people into your YouTube, into the series. From that, in the YouTube, each lesson has your covert VSL, where you're driving traffic towards. And if it's for a higher ticket service and there's a specific video that you've put out, drive people back. So you get that inbound DM, but also just make sure on your YouTube, you make it easy for people that haven't already opted into your email list to get them opted in. From the email, which is why it's so important, as soon as they opt in for your email, they get the series. Once they've completed the series, they go to the covert VSL. From the covert VSL, they go to the offer application. Okay, but also once they've opted in for the email, every single time you upload a YouTube lesson, you put that in to your email list. From those lessons, it takes them to the covert VSL, which then takes them to the offer and the application. To any person that's on your email list, you're going to run your cash campaigns. The cash campaigns link people straight to your offer and your application, or anytime that you run a workshop or a masterclass. Again, that drives traffic into your offer and application. So hopefully now that you've seen that, you'll see that it's not a complex system at all. It's simply, if you look at it, it all starts and ends with your offer. So all you are simply doing is you're taking what you do within your offer, you're breaking it down into intellectual property, you're then taking that intellectual property, you're creating your series from it, from your series, you're simply communicating what your signature intellectual property is in service-led content and conversations, which feeds people into the series, which is a full breakdown of your signature intellectual property bit by bit. You're capturing people's emails, and then all of your YouTube is also you communicating exactly what your signature intellectual property is, which is covertly selling people. So you can see you're not having to mention your offer in any of these places. All you are doing is basically teaching people exactly how you do what you do, what your mechanisms are, what your solutions to problems are, how it basically works. And you are giving people the opportunity to simply understand exactly how you do what you do and who it's for. So everything, it's basically taking your offer and communicating in a way where you're not constantly saying, hey, here's my thing, come and buy my service. What you're doing is you are covertly selling people by showing them what you do, how you do it, how it can be applied for them, how it works, the problems it solves, why common approaches don't necessarily work for people. Here's my way of doing things. Here's some proof of people that I've worked with and how they get results with it. So it starts and ends with your offer. And the reason I call it covert selling is because you're not having to constantly mention your service. What you are doing is you are showing them your service. You are showing them your methodologies. And naturally, it is an acquisition system, because if they resonate with the service-led content, which is simply breaking down your signature intellectual property, then they go into this series where they get a deep dive of these things. They're on your email list where you're constantly giving people access to your series, your ongoing YouTubes, your cash campaigns, your workshops, and your masterclasses. It is an acquisition system, because as they go down through each of these layers, it just builds and it builds and it builds to the point where people are naturally, so if there's an inbound DM, they're going to get the offer and the application. They're going to be sold here on you, because look at all of what they've gone through to get to that point. If they've gone from, your social media into your series, from your series, and they've got other YouTube videos, then they go to the covert VSL, and then they come through to the offer. Look, at that point, they are fully nurtured, pre-sold, and they've been educated very well on exactly how you do what you do. So you don't need to educate them on a core. They come to the core ready to move forward. Okay, but again, from the service-led conversations, you're getting people into the series or to your emails. Then from that, they get the full series. The series links to the covert VSL. The covert VSL links to that. Again, by the time they get to this point, they are sold on working with you, because they have been adequately educated. They go from your YouTube lessons And most people will have already seen the series by this point. That again links to the Covert VSL, which breaks down the service, which leads them to this offer document and the application process. So it is a very simple system that you can start to use that just makes it less overwhelming for you, I think, because you're not having to think, oh, I have to become this expert marketer or this expert salesperson or any of that shit. All you simply need to do, be crystal clear on who you are, what your offer is, breaking down the offer into signature intellectual property. From that, you create your series, both the email and the video. From that, you then just do service-led content, which is communicating everything that makes you uniquely you, what makes you a category of one. From that, you're leading people into your email list or into your YouTube. You're trying to get more time on list, more time on brand, people consuming to you, leveraging the proximity effect, leveraging the omnipresent growth flywheel, which of course is that system that I've just shown you. So if you just understand that and you understand how one feeds the next, that one then feeds the next, that one then feeds into the conversion elements of things, and then that naturally results in people either booking a call, applying for you to work with you, or for your lower ticket services, then going through a self-checkout and essentially selling themselves into the service. The better you understand that system, the more congruency you've got throughout that entire system, the easier it's going to be for you to make sales. Okay, because you are covertly selling people simply by showing them, by teaching them, by educating them, and giving them the opportunity to have a high degree of trust in you, to see you as an authority, to believe in you and what you can do for them. So naturally they come to the point where they want to apply to work with you. Okay, so that is the Covert sales and acquisition ecosystem. Use it, make some money, or don't use it and make life a little bit harder for you. Choice is yours.